Hello, welcome to Lord Havoc's Marvel Champions custom content extravaganza. I've got another creator spotlight for you today. I'm very excited. Uh, this creator is has some really amazing work that I really love. I actually took for a spin just recently one of their creations, and I'm very excited that they agreed to be part of this because now I want to discuss just how badly I went and talk about it. Hopefully, they won't be too mean. But yes, I do actually have Phenexian with me today. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you very much for being on. You will notice, hopefully, you'll notice Phenexian's very cool accent. I love it. It's great. Phenexian, if you just give just chat about yourself. Introduce yourself. That's the word I'm thinking of. I just suddenly lost the ability to speak English. Introduce yourself, please.
Sure. My name's Yayan. I go by Phenexion online. Um, I studied paleontology at Bristol, and I have been making board games and like RPGs since I was like too young to know what they were.
Wow, there's a lot to get from there. Let's go. Let's start from the beginning. Your name is the same as one of my bosses. If you are the same person, I've never spoken to this boss. If you are actually my boss, that would be amazing. Because he is also in the
I
UK.
doubt it.
That'd be unbelievable. And you studied paleontology.
Yeah.
That's so cool. What's that is really really cool. So is this? Are you like what's the word? Are you like a qualified paleontologist? Like you can actually go out and like get grants and just dig up raptors and stuff.
Well, I mean, you don't actually need a grant to go dig. I mean, the money helps. You
Ah,
don't need any qualifications to go digging fossils.
right.
Um, most British people who get into fossils, I like went fossil hunting when I was younger, and I watched dinosaur movies. But no, I don't like work as a scientist or anything like that. I actually work in like charity work and stuff like that.
Right. Okay. Cool. So you off with the paleontology into charity work. That's excellent.
Yeah.
It's tough times at the moment, man. So it's any help anybody can give to anybody. I have nothing but respect for that. Cool. And yes,
That's
and
what I believe.
yeah, and you're in Bristol, so the UK, which is really really cool.
Well, I currently live in London, but I studied at Bristol.
Right.
Um,
It's I because I knew you were in the UK from before, because when we were trying to organise our time zones and like trying to like get an actual interview going. It's not too bad. It's not too early for you, right? It's like 8 o'clock, right? So it's not too bad.
oh yeah, it's completely fine.
Although you have been up ridiculously late. I saw you posting on the Singularity
I
chat thing
am
at three
bad at
fifty
sleeping.
eight, and I was like, "What are you doing? Go to bed. You've got to chat in like 2 hours."
I wish you'd said that to me because for some reason this dumb bit of my brain was like, "Oh, I need to see what people are saying," when I should have just been in bed for this interview.
You should have been in bed. I was actually going to do so. I didn't know how you would take it. It's sometimes it's hard for like comedy in like text. So I was like, I don't want to insult you just before our chat, before we even meet. But I was going to. I seriously was. So I was like, come on, what's going on?
I would have found it very funny and very fair, honestly.
Have you actually had
Next
any
time,
sleep?
tell me off.
It's seriously. So
Not really.
it's.
I had a small nap. It's fine.
Are you drinking tea or coffee to sort of keep you up going?
I actually haven't drunk any tea this morning, but I am an avid tea drinker.
Oh,
Just to be a stereotype.
I know. Is another stereotype? Is this drink tea and carry on or whatever it is? What is the saying?
Keep calm and carry on,
Keep
but
calm.
they like to put it on mugs.
Yeah,
You know.
you've got to drink tea. Cool. All right. Well,
Yeah.
that was very very cool. All right. So, what got you into Marvel Champions customs, and how long have you been creating them?
Okay, so this is a very funny story.
Hit me.
So you might be familiar with Mistletoe.
Yes.
Um, so we, him and I have been very good friends for a very long time, and he started posting at me his custom card designs for Marvel Champions. And I had not played any Marvel Champions, but we're both Marvel fans. We're both like avid comics readers, and so he like talked about like trying to evoke these characters,
Hmm.
and that eventually persuaded me to play Marvel Champions.
Cool.
And so I've been like custom designing cards for Marvel Champions for about as long as I have been playing Marvel Champions.
Right. Wow. You just jumped straight in. So,
Oh yeah.
so you actually know Mistletoe in real life, or is it you met through the Discord?
Oh, like in real life, yeah.
Oh, that's
Like
cool.
he's the one who invited me to the Discord.
That's very cool. Mistletoe's like it's. If I remember, it's like Lunar Snow and the Agents of Atlas and stuff like that, right? They're stuff
Oh,
he's.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. We're talking about. Yeah, I think I'm thinking of the same guy. Thank God. Cool. Awesome. Oh, that's really cool. And so and how long ago was that?
Like I said, about 2 years ago, I
Oh, about 2 years
think.
ago. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And
Um,
so since then, you've been creating. You've only been doing it for 2 years, and your stuff is very high quality. That's pretty good. I'm really
I
impressed.
really appreciate that.
Yeah. I've got some of your stuff on screen around. So we were talking about it before the show. I'm gonna name it. I'm gonna name and shame you. I'm sorry, I have to do it. For some
Go for it.
reason, you've split all your stuff in between like different TTS mods. So I've subscribed to like multiple ones of yours. And at the moment, I've chosen the A Force one because they're the ones that I know the most. But you've also got a table that have got the Warriors 3 on there, and I really want to talk about them because they're a very interesting mechanic on how you did that. And you've also got like another table that's got some other stuff as well, and you've got a very special spoiler that you're going to reveal for us today.
Yes.
You promised me.
I don't have a mod for that though,
No.
so I have the objects in game, so I don't know how I can send those to you.
We can probably spawn
Maybe
them.
I'll send you. Yeah, but I'd have to join
Yeah.
the thing.
All
Yeah.
right. I'll just very
Um,
quickly send you a DM to join my thing, and if you can spawn them, that'd be cool.
yeah, I'd love to.
All right. So that's what the table's called, and the password is that. It's in the chat there.
Here we go.
Awesome. So
I'll
while
try and
you
figure this out. Probably should have joined this earlier.
yeah, probably
But
we should probably should have
before
done that, but we were too
recording.
busy talking about stuff. We were too
Yeah.
busy chatting before the actual official chat. It was weird. It was good. But while you're doing that, do you have a favorite custom?
A favorite of mine or a favorite
Yeah,
of someone else's?
yours.
Oh, that is a tough question. You
Yeah.
um
That's like naming your favorite child.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I am. Yeah, this is not a question that I am equipped to answer.
That's cool.
Honestly,
Yeah.
probably the Warriors 3.
Wow.
And
All
it's a
right.
little bit of a cop out answer because obviously I made it with Mistletoe, so
Right.
um, I'm complimenting him.
All right. Well, let me swap to Warriors 3 then, and let's check them out. I want to talk about them, and then I'll come back to Aid Force. All right, so we're in the Warriors 3 table. Paul, they're just sitting there in the middle. Warriors 3, look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a look at them. So Warriors 3, they're Thor's friends, the three warriors from Asgard, and you've done this very interesting. Let's just chuck that over there. Very interesting way of playing them, which is you actually control all three of the heroes
Yep.
at the same
Absolutely.
time, and they're like active and stuff.
Although only one of them is a hero at any given point in time.
Yeah.
So if you flip them over, you'll see that they have a sort of persona version of
Yeah.
themselves.
Do you want to describe how I've given you control? So can you describe sort of how they work and what your thinking was?
Oh, sure. So, essentially, me and Mistletoe bounced ideas around of how we wanted them to work, and I originally thought that they would all be heroes all the time, and had a very convoluted way that would work as we were like spitballing ideas. And Mistletoe was like, I kind of just want them to work a bit more like Ant-Man and just flip between different forms, but I didn't feel that evoked them as three different characters enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then we sort of settled on they each have a. I actually can't interact with things for some reason. There we go. I think it's because I don't have that color.
Yeah.
Um, Right. So they each have an alt like a persona version where they're not a hero,
Mm-hmm.
and on your turn you can tap their when their alter ego is not their alter ego. It's a trait that they can tap to switch from one active hero to another. Um, and each of them can be tapped to create a resource, but you also like maybe don't want to tap them to generate a resource because if you do that, then when you flip them to hero, they will be tapped and you won't be able to activate them to use their stats.
Right.
Um,
And some of
so
the
there's just a lot
events
of
are key to them as well. Is like you, one of the things I liked is the events are more powerful depending on which hero you're using. Um,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. We have a little selection of an event for each of them that rewards you for spending them on that event. It gets a little bit stronger if you use them to pay for it. Um, which is there to sort of mix up the puzzle
mm,
of which one you want to use as a resource and which ones you want to activate on your turn.
that's very cool.
Um,
That's very cool. I really like this. I really really like this. I've got a multi-hero hero as well, and I went sort of a different route. But I would have ripped this off if I'd known this. Just straight up.
they are, but that's sort of part of it is that like there's a lot of really interesting multi-heroes in
Yeah,
the that people have made.
yeah.
Um, and they tend to be quite high complexity,
Mm.
and that is not always a bad thing. Like there's a really cool Cloak and Dagger which has like two separate decks, which is
Oh, it's brilliant. Design
crazy.
hackers cloak and dagger. Yeah, yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. But I really wanted to do something that was like quite simple, like something that doesn't require a rules insert, kind of simple, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and I think we just about managed it, though we were dangerously close to needing a rules insert.
I do want to say one thing. My favorite part about it, I know we've praised the mechanic and how the design and all that sort of stuff. But my favorite part about it again is 100% the hero headshot in the bottom right corner. That's the greatest
Oh,
headshot I've
thank
ever
you.
seen.
I you don't know how long that took me.
It's amazing.
Because the head of Hogan and Fandral
Yep.
are from like one comic, but then like Volstagg doesn't look too good in that comic. So I went hunting for ages for another Volstagg look that sort of felt from the same era that like would fit there,
Love
and
it.
took so long.
And it's classic art as well, which I love. I'm an old man, so I like the gold stuff. I like the
I
stuff from the
I
'70s.
think it's where it's possible. I think you should aim to have the classic art in the headshot because that's like the vibe that the main cards have.
Yes,
So
I'm
I,
with
I
you.
yeah.
I think the headshots to me, I think the designers. I don't know for sure, but I'm willing to bet that the designers wanted to go for the same vibe that you get from the headshots on the comics in the the top left corner where the price was.
Honestly, it's a crime they stopped
Yeah,
doing it.
I
I
I think
missed
it's that. I think that's that because I know Caleb was involved, and Caleb is an old school comic reader. So I'm absolutely positive that they wanted to go for that sort of that headshot vibe from the comics, 100%.
No, they absolutely do.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. So the fact you did that, I just absolutely, I adore this so much. Volstagg's ridiculous laugh. I just love it. It's great.
yeah.
It's awesome. So yeah, so really, really cool. Yeah, your favorite is Warriors 3, but I'm gonna swap back to A Force because my favorite is the one that I played badly, which is Singularity, who I played yesterday. You have had such a huge conversation about Singularity today, man. Everybody's had their
Uh,
five
it,
cents.
it's not a good conversation either. It's just people are right. She was overpowered. She maybe still is overpowered, but there was like a very obvious thing that needed addressing.
Right.
And I thought, well, there's a pretty quick fix, but everyone came in and offered a lot of suggestions that I felt went against the design thesis that I wanted for this hero, and
Yeah.
I should have just stopped reading. Or no, I should have stepped away rather than kept kept coming back.
Well, as
Like,
discussed, you should have
and
gone
then
to bed. That's what you should
yeah,
have done.
exactly. Yeah, which didn't help me like take it personally at times, but like
Oh yeah, no, you handled yourself as well. I mean, it's with these sort of things. I mean, I get it, right? If you get a whole bunch of people giving opinions and stuff, it can be a bit overwhelming. But I always see it in the light of that they're just trying to help. And
they are no,
yeah,
it absolutely is. Like everyone is there because they like this hero
that's
enough
it. Yeah,
that they want it to be good
that's it.
in their eyes,
Yeah, isn't that
and
it's actually a
their
compliment
design
in a way,
goals.
right?
It is a huge compliment.
Yeah.
It's an incredible compliment.
Mm,
I'm so flattered that people care about my designs at all.
mm.
It's um so it really is like, yeah, I like genuinely everyone, if you're listening to this and you commented, I actually genuinely really appreciate it, and I'm sorry if I became overly defensive at times. I was very tired.
In your
I
defence, it was
am
four
very
o'clock in the
tired.
morning.
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk about it because, like I said, I played her. I love her. I love her as a character, and I love her ability. I think her ability is magnificent. I did also mention that it needed to be nerfed a little bit because it was ridiculously powerful. But
Yep. And
but
you
it's
can see
happened.
that I
It's
have.
done.
It's
Limit once per phase. What
already
more can you
updated.
do? And you can still recur Maria if you want, which was the broken part of it. But you're gonna you can recur Maria in other decks anyway, right? So I think it
That's
works
that's
well.
that's my point.
Yeah.
I
So
think that like you could play Maria once a turn at the price of only getting one activation out of Maria out of two.
yeah,
And honestly, I think the thing that's really, really busted about Maria is that she like thwarts for two
yeah,
for some reason. Like everyone's gonna say, oh, she can chump block. It's like all allies can chump block.
yeah,
She thwarts for two
yeah,
at two cost that draws you a card.
yeah.
So she's actually a one cost thwart for four.
Yeah,
Like
it's not just you.
that's
Everybody gets a card. You get a card. I get a card.
yeah.
It's no, she's insane. And that's why I love her to death. Of course, I mean she's the best ally in the game, no doubt about it. And it's going to be fascinating to see how people are going to react when they actually play Maria the hero, and so therefore can't play Maria the ally. It's going to be
Oh, it's okay.
it's
I'm
going to
gonna
be
put
teased.
so many counters on a really big airship,
Yeah.
and like no one's gonna notice that I'm not giving them cards.
I'm handing out for Maria. I really love the design of this character. It has, we can officially say now. I said last night that when I played, I said that this is the best put together hero pack I've ever seen, and I gave it a 9.95 rating, which you didn't like. You were like,
Unacceptable.
no, that's not acceptable. I want a perfect 10, and so you went and did it. So the only thing that was holding you back, I said, in my opinion, was that you didn't have custom strength, energy, and mental resource cards. So you've gone and done that now. So we can now officially say, on record, that this is the greatest hero pack ever put together. It's just amazing. So I mean, they just look awesome. Great choices.
I really want to thank you for pointing that out because I really wanted an excuse to use this art, but none of it was appropriate for my cards.
Oh, brilliant.
And I think it's very appropriate
Yeah.
for these sort of all art basic resources.
Is that the
So-
star brand? Has Singularity got the star brand in this picture? What's that about?
No, unfortunately, that's like so. I'm hoping that in this picture it kind of looks like just like a bit of energy.
Oh, cool.
But what that actually is, if you read the comic it's from, is Captain Marvel throwing Tony Stark into Singularity,
Oh, very
and
cool.
he's getting launched forcefully into her pocket dimension.
So let me prove to the viewers just why this is the greatest hero set I've ever seen. And I have to point out it's the greatest hero set I've ever seen. There might be better, I don't know, but this is the one I've ever seen. So you've got her hero, you got her setup upgrade, which now says setup, which is great. You got her cards, and then you got her obligation. I guess the next thing's a nemesis. All right, cool. Right, this is pretty standard, right? This is what you get. This is normal stuff. Then you get her insert, which is not only just got FAQs on it, it's also got deck building and play advice on it, which I think is magnificent to start off with. So automatically it's great. Then you get her HP down. Everybody's got that. And then you get base decks, pre-built decks for every aspect already made for you, with explanations for why you built them. Tell me why you went to this much incredible effort.
So Singularity I made her mainly with the design goal that there's just a lot of cool allies in this game that you don't really get to use in ally focused decks because they're not in leadership.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, I love Singularity. I'm a big fan of the A Force comics. She is a very great character. If you read her comics, you'll realize that she's a very ally focused person. Like
Yep.
from like a story standpoint, she rarely does anything proactively herself
Mm.
because she's just stumbling through the world making friends.
Yep.
And then like when I got nominated for the review, which I hadn't literally not even thought about, it hit me completely blindsided me that people had considered me for that.
Awesome.
Um, they told me it would be good if you have like a custom a pre-built deck for people who don't want to do deck building, and I was like, well, I mean, but which aspect do I choose? And I'm indecisive. Like you asked me to pick my favorite creation earlier, and you saw how that went. Um, so I made four of them.
It's just amazing. It's just amazing. The amount of detail in here. And you're right about the precons, because people like myself who suck at deck building, they need precons. It's so helpful. Although strangely enough, in my attempt to play her last night, I then didn't use it. like I talked at length about how awesome the hero set was, and that it came with a precon, and then I just completely ignored the precon and played my own deck, which was crap, and I got beat.
No, listen. You turn one like before the game even started. Radioactive
I know.
Man was in front of you,
Mm.
and I thought to myself, "This is a done game.
Yeah.
This is over. This is Radioactive Man is brutal for Singularity
Yeah.
because her whole thing is that she's really quite weak early on.
Yeah.
She really wants to get her upgrades in
They're
play
awesome
to build
upgrades.
momentum,
Yep.
and Radioactive Man is there punching you out, taking a card out of your hand every turn, and you don't have the tools to beat him.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was a pretty bad start.
I think that's on you.
Yeah, I mean, I lasted as long as I possibly could, and then I mean, I really in the end I lost because I was too stupid and didn't realize that I was about to thread out. I was like, I had this massive plan for this for the turn. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna turn everything around, and then I went, oh, that's threat gone. Thanks. It also in the series that you've also got your A Force like specific cards. So you've got Medusa, who's leadership. Dazzler Thor, and then you got A Force Assemble, and your what's the other one? Impossible A Force, as well, just to sort of because you can deck build because she can use any A Force ally. Although Medusa's not A Force, but she's leadership anyway. So
Well, she makes Medusa a force. So
yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
this was a little bit of like sort of inside baseball. Is that like I do love A Force. I
Mm.
wanted to make A Force a thing,
Yeah.
and in the story, in the comics, A Force actually originally is like part of Battle World, like
Yes.
in this whole Secret Wars
Secret
plotline,
War stuff. Yeah.
and that's where Singularity meets everyone, and then it all gets destroyed at the end of that story. So none of A Force ever existed from the perspective of anyone other than Singularity.
Right.
And then when Singularity comes back to Earth 616, she tries and finds all the members of A Force, her friends that she's met, and they don't remember her, and so she like sort of accidentally ends up recruiting them into A Force and creating A Force again.
Very
So I
cool.
made it so that every single character that lost their memories but gets them back through Singularity uh, gets the A Force trait as long as Singularity is in play, and that's what enables you to play A Force with her.
Yeah.
So it's like it just like I feel it's very thematic.
It is very. It's very thematic. She's very thematic. 100%. I love Dazzler Thor. I think that's cool.
Oh
I
yeah.
have a Dazzler of myself of my own, and I saw you made Dazzler Thor, and I was like, oh well, I've got to play this. I've got to play this. She's in the queue for sure. Love it. I love Dazzler. She's great. So yeah, no, I loved A Force as
Oh,
well, and
one of my favorites.
yeah, the theme on this is top notch. She's awesome. She's absolutely awesome. So hopefully she does get sealed. It's great, great effort.
Thank you so much.
Are there any creations or creators that have sort of inspired you, other than Missile?
Oh yeah. So I don't. think they're very active in the Discord anymore.
Right.
But I adore the sets made by EK August.
Yes. Cool.
Um, the Jessica Jones and the Gwenpool sets. I hate to say this because there's a lot of creators who are listening to this, but like no one has topped those. I that Gwenpool is like
It's
that
amazing.
design is truly incredible,
Yeah.
just mind-bogglingly good.
Yeah.
Um,
I agree. No, 100% agree. It's amazing. Yeah, I wonder where EK, EK hasn't been there for a while. I wonder if they're actually officially left. I don't think so.
no, I went because like I knew you were going to ask me this. And I went and looked for their channel, and obviously the Discord has been massively overhauled,
Yeah.
and so they don't have a channel anymore,
Yeah.
and that made me very
Well,
sad.
if you've got the archaeologist role, funnily enough, you should have it because you're a paleontologist. You can see their channel still, and the last chat they did was December 24, so not too bad. Hopefully they come back. EK, if you're listening to
Oh
this,
yeah,
we love you. Come back.
yeah. If you're busy because it's been January, it was the Christmas period. I understand. Just come back and make cool
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah. I haven't played. I have played the Gwenpool. I haven't played the Jessica, but everybody tells me it's awesome.
Oh,
So
it's so cool. It
yeah.
it so she was made before like player side schemes existed.
Mm,
So she shuffles into the deck like a whole load of like personal investigation, like I'm doing PI work kind
mm.
of schemes, and then she has a lot of like mechanics that interact with side schemes that reward you for having them in play. So there's a little bit of a risk reward where it's like, oh, this side scheme might give an acceleration, but while it's in play, all my cards are stronger. Um, it's neat.
Very cool. Anything else? Anybody else?
I mean, there's the obvious shout outs. I think Design Hackers, uh, Cloak and Dagger are really, really cool.
Yep.
Um, I've played a bunch of Kami stuff. Ooh, am I saying this right? Dipsum.
Dipsum. Yep.
Dipsum's uh, Dipsum's incredible. Dipsum's creating stuff at just like a breakneck pace. And they appear to be on a one person mission to create every single character in the new Marvel Ultimate
Yeah.
setting. And I, listen, I've been secretly working literally since before I joined the Discord on like a Runaways box, and it has taken me so long to make anything. And Dipsum's out here
Just hammering them out.
pumping out really
Yeah.
high quality designs,
Yeah.
like not just like fun designs, but also like really thematically on point designs. Like their ultimate Spider-Man
Yeah.
is all about having persona supports,
Yeah.
which really like plays into the fact that like this version of Spider-Man is much more adult. He's married, he has a family, he has kids.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. He's all about family. Yeah.
um, it's so good.
Yeah. That's very cool. Yeah. I've had Dipson on the spotlight. We talked about it as well because I've got some ultimate characters, ultimate heroes, and they're from the original Ultimate Universe, the crappy one that I love.
Yeah.
And we're like,
Oh, that one has some merit. We
So,
got the maker out of that.
yeah, well, that's true. We got the mega, but I mean, we also had the Blob eating the wasp and saying she tastes like chicken. I mean, there were some
Yeah.
moments. There were some moments in that universe that we should probably forget. It was pretty bad.
People don't understand. It was a different era. People thought being edgy was good.
It was pure edge, and I loved it. I loved.
It was so edgy.
I've got a real soft spot in my heart for. I mean, I'm old school, so of course I mean like original. I mean, Spidey's my favorite character, and original Spidey comics will always be the greatest things ever. But I've got a real strange soft spot in my heart for that era of Marvel comics with like Dark Reign. Like Norman Osborn's in charge, and like the Thunderbolts, and they're all psychotic
Oh, yeah.
criminals, and then the Ultimate Universe and stuff like that. I don't know why. It's bizarre. It's a pretty weird swing. Like wholesome Spidey to Norman Osborn. That's very strange. But anyway, that's enough about me.
You're allowed to contain multitudes. That's,
Yeah.
that's allowed.
I'm allowed to like what I like. I like what I like. God damn it. Is there? I mean, is now the time for the spoiler? Can we have the spoiler?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Let me.
So you said you were working on a Runaways campaign. That would be awesome if you could do that.
Yeah. Well, not just a campaign, like a whole box is sort of the plan. And I wasn't planning on releasing any of it until I had the whole box ready. But like, since you've asked so nicely,
Please.
here is
Oh, cool. Lucy in the sky. Very cool.
and I've also got Zavin here.
Wow.
Um,
Oh, wait a minute. Does Kazuslav know you've done Zavin? What's that about? Stealing his scrolls.
listen. Kajislav can have every scroll, even Hulkling,
Yeah.
but he can't have Zavin.
You kind of.
Well, he can. He
There you
can
go,
also make a
Kaz.
Zavin.
You've
But
heard
like
it.
listen. People have made so many Nikos.
Yeah.
There are like 4 Nikos made in the last 2 months or something.
Yeah.
And I have been sitting here going like, wow, this is a really bad time to be working on a full Runaways set. Nico, one of my favorite characters in all Marvel. I am like such a goddamn Runaways like
Yeah. They're
fanboy.
awesome.
And it's like, listen, I'm gonna make a Nico, and this isn't gonna be a statement. I've made it better than all of you, but I'm gonna try.
I've discussed that before. It's an interesting question. I think is I don't think it's a bad thing to have multiple versions. I mean, it's why not? I mean, the more the merrier, right? I mean, everybody's got different ideas. I mean, by all means, have it, right? I mean, there's like 12 different Nightcrawlers. Like, that doesn't mean they can't, and an official one. So that doesn't mean there can't be 6 Nikos. Go for it. I want
No,
to see it.
absolutely. And like, I've because I am an incredibly unfocused person. You have no idea. Um, uh, I've also like made some scenarios for an Extreme X-Men campaign, and like
Cool.
the run with Dazzler, where like Dazzler was doing multiversal, like hunting down all the evil Professor X's, which is a
Great.
very fun comic.
It
If you
is
haven't
fun.
read that one.
I have read it.
Um, and so like and I made Dazzler Thor because I was doing A Force,
Exactly.
and then I was like, wait, there's no. I expected, in my defense, I think it is a crime that FFG didn't make a Dazzler hero. They had 3 entire waves of mutants,
Yeah.
and they gave us like. I mean, they gave us some good ones, but like I feel like Dazzler should stand above Psylocke or like I don't know Magneto.
Having a Magneto is very strange. I mean, he's meant to be the villain. It's very strange.
Well,
And they had to
I
twist
was
it to
thinking
make it
about that.
work. They had to twist it and use the Age of Apocalypse
I
version. It's like, what? What's going on?
Well, he does wear the white suit at the start of the Krakoa era, but yes. But the I was actually thinking about this because I was like, this is kind of weird, and then I realized Magneto has actually been on an X-Men team continuously for 20 years
Right. Gotcha.
because the Scott Summers becomes like terrorist X-Men, and the X-Men has sort of permanently been split into like extremist X-Men and friendlier X-Men for like since like 2005.
Friendlier
So
X-Men.
Magneto has been an X-Men for a long time.
Yeah. That should have been named one of the team names. The Friendly X-Men.
Yeah, the friendly X-Men.
Friendly X-Men
Yeah.
Adventures.
Uh,
I've just got your Zavin on screen, and I like it. Cosmic Form.
they have 2 alter egos.
Yeah. I noticed
Because I really wanted to evoke this sort of I mean, Zavin is a very sort of uh, figuring out who they are is a big part of their character, right? They're like
Yes.
on Earth, disguised as a human, but they also like have all these, I want to be a good Groll prince. He's got a lot going on for them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a very interesting
Um,
character. Yeah, very cool. And you got the Super Scroll stuff. I like it. When will this be officially released?
Well, probably pretty soon, given that I've now spoiled it for you. But if you want to save these and have the first play of it before everyone else, you're welcome.
Wow, how's that?
I'll
That
release
is-
it. I'll release. How's this? I'll release it when you tell me to.
That is an honor. All right, well, let's look at Lucy. Let's look at Lucy in the sky. Love it. Lucy. Wait, that's not a real name, is it? Lucy? It's not Lucy, isn't it? Carolina?
Carolina Dean.
Oh.
Her superhero name is Lucy in the Sky.
Oh, there it is, Carolina. I could have just flipped AE. It would have been very easy. Cool. All right. So when you play a card, if it's the first card played this round, which printed resources until the end of the round. Okay. Oh, and then the signature ally is Zavin, so they tie in. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Zavin actually has Carolina as well.
Yeah.
As his ally.
They tie in. I love the color scheme on this. How did you do this? This is amazing.
A lot of gradients and a lot of patience.
Wow. Do you have a background in design as well? I mean, I know you said you're paleontology, but do you have any like design training?
um, I mean, not strictly. My art teacher did when I was doing A levels, and I did all science because I wanted to be a paleontologist. My art teacher begged me to do do art.
Very cool. Why does
Um,
Nico always look upset? It's like, Nico, you got to smile. What's going on? Oh, there she is. She's
well,
smiling.
it's
There she is.
because it's
There she is.
Nico's got a goth vibe. That's just a thing.
She's smiling. That's why I really like one of Singularity's cards is Singularity kissing Nico, and she's got a big smile on her face, and like, yay!
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah. Focused beam. Yeah, I like this. I think Lucy leans more into my playstyle. I got to tell you. Emperor. Yep. Yep. I like this. This is good.
Awesome.
What are the
She's
other
all
two
about
heroes you're gonna do?
the other two. I'm doing all the runaways.
Oh, you're doing all of
I'm
them. Oh, no wonder it's taking
I'm
so
doing
long.
all of them.
It's
So these are the two that I think are pretty finished.
right.
Although there's actually some wording problems I need to fix on Lucy in the Sky because, again, I made these quite a while ago, and I okay. This is a thing that has always really bugged me. We have response
Yeah.
instead of reaction,
Right.
even though the term is action. So obviously it should be action and reaction, not action and response.
Right. I got you.
It's a silly thing to care about, but my brain just doesn't work that way. Every time I write response, I actually just write reaction and then have to edit it afterwards.
Oh no, I'm with you, man. I come from a writing background, and I constantly fight every time. I fight with myself every time I make a card because sometimes the grammar in these cards is just insanely bad. It's like
It's so bad.
it's so bad, and it's like, and the very first creation I ever did, I put it out, and it had proper English, proper grammar, and I of course got, the response was like, hey, this is not written correctly, and it's like, well, it is according to the Queen. It's her English. It's there. So,
People people showed up in your chat and they started showing you pictures of other cards and
yeah.
they said, "This is how the game says these things," and you go, "Okay, I'll make some notes."
Okay, thanks. Thanks for your input. So it was good. I mean, luckily for me, it was very nice. It was very nice. But I did immediately get defensive. Like, what? It's perfect English. What are you talking about? I'm trained for this. Anyway, this is cool.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I feel honoured that you have revealed these on this show. Very, very cool. And given me a crack. I've made a save. I've just saved the game, so I've got them. Now you can't get away.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
fantastic.
and I slightly cut you off. I think you were about to say something about Lucy in terms of her mechanic.
Oh, just that, like, her whole thing is playing cards with different colored resource symbols to do the whole rainbow thing. And in my defense, I had designed it before Jubilee came out.
That's happened a couple of times. So I would have to say is people have made something and they can for sure when they come out and it's like, oh my god, there it is. They stole my idea. Oh, jeez. Cool. All right. Well, thank you. I'm very honoured that they're on here. So I'll definitely give them a go for sure. I'll add them to the queue. My ever growing queue.
Oh yeah, it's a long one.
I've promised Kaj I'd play one of his creations for like 6 months now. If I don't play it, I think he's going to disown me. So I'm gonna
No, you should.
gotta make through the queue.
Absolutely no hurry. Whenever you're ready, I have like so many other heroes to design before I have to, I feel ready to fully release the whole set and the box. So, you know,
Cool. I'll get
whenever
to
you
'em.
want.
I promise. Have you made any customs for any other games?
Oh yeah. Have you ever played Small World?
Yes.
I like made like a load of custom sort of races and traits for Small World.
Very cool. Are they on
when I
BGG?
first got it. No, they're definitely not even on the internet anymore. Though they were on a forum, but this was like Reddit was still really baby when I made these. Like that's how long ago this was.
Wow. That's cool. Yeah, no, but yeah, I know Small World. That's cool. Is that the only one, Small World?
For games I've made modifications to, yes. I mean, most of the time I just make board games and card games, like fully whole cloth.
Oh, tell me you can show me something. That's awesome. Have you got something you can show me?
Not really, because
Okay.
I don't haven't written. Sorry, I
You're not in
didn't expect
TTS
to
form.
go here.
Oh no, I am a designer. I'm a game designer. As soon as somebody says to me I make my own games, I'm like, dude, I need to see these. I need to see these things. That'd be cool.
They're not. They're not anywhere near as pretty as the stuff I've been showing you here. Like you're like complimenting my nice frames and stuff. You're not ready for me scrawling like, oh yeah, just like this picture is like a circle, and I've colored it in red, and we all know what that means. Uh, it would not be a good pitch. Like,
They're not going to be as pretty as this. I mean, this is amazing, and you know how much I love this. This is just unbelievably cool. So cool.
it's definitely proven to be my secret strength. I think that like the if I keep up the high quality, beautiful card frames, people might nominate me for the cast again.
I love it. You can always try bribery. It's I'm sure that'll work. Hey, I could dig up some fossils. I'd take one of those.
Oh yeah, I definitely could if you want an ammonite. I mean, postage will be a pain halfway across the world, but I can get you one.
Yeah, postage would be crazy. Cool. All right. Is there anything that we didn't discuss that you wanted to bring up?
God, I don't know. Yeah, I haven't really thought about that. No, I mean, I'm very happy. I want to say, like, throwing it out there to everyone, but like, the Discord is incredible. What you've been doing is incredible as well. Like, there's it really has invigorated me to keep making these things, is seeing all these other people making these things and
Cool.
seeing people playing it and seeing you play all this stuff. It genuinely is like the reason I keep making this.
That's
Because
awesome.
like, if no one was playing it, I wouldn't feel any sort of impulse to do it.
Right. That's that. Thank you very much for saying that. That is exactly my game, my goal. That's what I want. I want to. I want people to see the talent that is available here. Like it's like we all love the game, and people like yourself are creating these awesome things to expand the game that we love, and keeping it alive. Well, I mean it's still alive technically anyway, but you know what I mean, and expanding on it and. I don't think people know that enough, and plus I enjoy it myself. Like I'm a creator, and I get to play all these things as well, and the reason I'm doing the spotlight thing is like I said, I want to get to know you guys. I mean, I want to get to know you. I mean, we're all peers, and every now and again we'll see like a chat in the Discord or something and stuff, but I don't really know you as a person, and I think that's important. I think connection is important, and I'm just honored to get to know you.
I couldn't agree more, and I'm really grateful you invited me to this.
Awesome. Cool. Do you have any socials that you want to plug? You've got like a YouTube channel or something?
I don't. I really don't have much for myself to plug. So instead, I've chosen 3 comics to plug.
Okay.
Not strictly Marvel comics, because I assume everyone reads Marvel comics in the Marvel card game Discord.
Okay.
But Lost at Sea by Brian Lee O'Malley, who's the creator of Scott Pilgrim.
Nice.
It's a single graphic novel about a girl on a road trip across America to see her dad, who she hasn't seen in many years. Something's Killing the Children.
Yep.
Is a comic that it's a horror comic. And it's sort of what it says on the tin. Something's killing the children. And I really don't want to give away more than that because the twists and turns in that one are fantastic.
Well, it's got a 4.5 on Amazon. it's not can't be too.
It deserves
I'm
5 out of 5.
I'm adding it to my cart. I'm adding it to the cart right now.
Awesome.
Cool. Next, you should get a commission.
And then, and then finally, the Kill 6 Billion Demons webcomic is completely free. There's no excuse not to read that.
Yep. That's a cool one. I've actually read that.
It's really fun, that one.
Yeah.
And just a feast for the eyes. Incredible art.
It's amazing.
Just...
Yeah. You said 3. Is there a third one?
That was 3.
Was it? What was the second one?
Lost at Sea, Something's Killing the Children, and Kill 6 Billion Demons.
I'm so sorry. I was searching for Lost at Sea to buy it. When you said something killing the children, I thought that was the plot of Lost at Sea. That something was killing the children.
No. Lost at Sea is way more like just like introspective, like real world stuff.
I'm so sorry. Something's killing the children. Okay, cool. Something's killing the children. Okay. All right. Oh, I've seen this. Yes, I have seen this at my
I
local
love that
local
art.
comics. Okay, cool.
If I get really distracted and start making a something's killing the children scenario, tell me off and tell me to go back to making Runaways.
Do a cup. Something's killing the children. That would be cool. There's a deluxe edition. Is it that good that I should buy the deluxe edition? It's not cheap.
What's in the deluxe edition? Like, do
It
they
has the
say
entire
which
Archer's
volume?
Peak saga for the first time in a single volume. It also so something is killing the children 1 to 15.
Yes, that probably is worth it because that's like basically those first 15 volumes are like one story, and
Yeah.
then there's more, but that's like if you just had those 15 volumes, it's a singular self-enclosed story.
Oh, four
It's pretty
point
good.
eight. All right, I'm adding it to the cart. Bang. You should get
Wow,
you should
I
email
really
them and
should
say,
take
give me some money.
commissions.
I want 10%.
No, no, no. What they should do is they should hire me to design the Something's Killing the Children board game. I will, I will do that.
That would be awesome. That would be very cool. If you ever decide to reveal your stuff, your board games to me, I would be very pleased. I'll show you some of my stuff, and we can geek out again.
Hell yeah!
Cool.
Not on video though. I like not immediately. They're not ready for the light of day just yet.
Okay, no, that's fine. We won't record it. It'll just be you and me.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's all I've got. I really the plug thing that you did at the end, that was great. I love that. Awesome. That's it. That's all I've got. Is there anything that you wanted to add on?
Just again, thank you for inviting me, and it's been a real pleasure.
Very cool.
Again, what you do is incredible. It does a lot for us. Like,
All right. Awesome.
I love it.
You're gonna go. You promised me you're gonna go for a nap after this, right? You need some sleep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You gotta keep those creative juices charged up and get me some more Runaways. I want the rest of the Runaways. I'm selfish like that. I apologize, but I want the rest of the Runaways.
That's fair.
If we can get
you're getting Gert next.
Get Gert. Yes. Did you say Gert? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I want
Yep.
Gert.
Yep. Okay. You know what? Wait. Let me. If you love Gert that much, 1 second.
Are you doing Gert with Old Lace or that era of Gert? Oh, here we go. Oh, it's gone into Lucy. Yeah. Is that her superhero name? Arsenic. I gotta reread this.
It's actually a reference. So Arsenic and Old Lace is the name of a really old film.
Yes, of course. Yes.
And Gert, like they all chose their superhero names when they first ran away from their parents.
Really?
So they're like kids, right? They're just grabbing whatever they have, and
yeah.
like Gert at the time was just into like films of that era, and so like named herself after them.
That is so cool. There is a weird thing on this table where there's like ripples in it. Like it makes it look like it's actually up. It's very strange. Empathic bond. When you would take damage, while Old Lace is in play, Old Lace takes that damage instead. Hell yeah, she does. Where is she? Oh yeah, love it. Dinosaur, psionic, runaway, temporal. When Old Lace would take damage, you take that damage instead. Oh. Wow.
Yeah, so that they can share damage between each other.
Yeah, and just keep her. Check some upgrades on her and just keep her going. Love it. This is great. Good. Good's my favorite.
She's the least complete in that she has a full playable set, but I'm like, it's the least thoroughly tested, the least like refined of them. But hey, if she's your fave,
yeah,
go ahead.
She's my favorite. It's who's next?
Well, right now I'm sort of still in the refining Gert stage, but then after that, I have a pretty good idea for Nico.
Another Nico. Another take.
Yeah, everyone's got good ideas for Nico, but no one, I think, someone's gonna produce a Nico that I haven't seen. No one has done a Nico that can misfire, which is one of my favorite things about Nico, is that she frequently tries to cast spells, but she's already cast them.
Gotcha.
And think I've come up with a way that's going to make you like try to cast spells and occasionally flub it with a push your luck mechanic.
Wow.
So I'm excited for that.
I like it. That's very cool. Don't reveal too much. Don't reveal too much. We don't, there'll
Yeah,
be,
yeah. I'll
suddenly
keep it
another
secret.
Nico will appear, and we'll be like, "What's going on?" Ripped off. There'll be like 7
That won't
Nikos.
stop me.
Cool.
I'll
Awesome.
play them all. I
Yeah.
love Nico.
What we should do is like a series where we just play every Nico, like 4 Nikos in one game. Why not?
Oh
Multiverses.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That would be awesome, actually.
that would be awesome.
When I make my Nico, please invite me to that because that will be really fun.
Everybody plays a Nico. You've got a Nico. I've got a Nico. This has been awesome. I've really enjoyed this, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to get to know you. I think you're awesome, and let's hopefully we can interact some more in future. And I'll definitely give these guys a chance at some point. Add them to the queue. But yeah, thank you for all that you do, and for giving me the opportunity to talk to you.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much. I'm gonna go sleep now.
Good. That makes me feel pleased. Awesome. I'll have links to Phenexian's TTS and multiple TTSs until they get like a combined one, and Google Drives and stuff like that for their stuff. Check out their stuff. It's really good. Singularity. I'm not hyperboling just because I just happen to be talking to them now. It is the greatest hero pack I've ever seen. So check it out. Give them a go. Check out their Warriors 3. It's a very cool mechanic. You can't play Lucy, Zavin, or Arsenic yet. Only I can, so sucked in. But eventually you will. Eventually you'll get a chance when they get revealed. There'll also be a link to the Discord in the description there. If you have any inclination of making your stuff, just look at this. Look at the stuff that's available for you. It's amazing stuff. There are the people on there that are going to help you out. If you've got an idea, let's see it. Let's grow it. Let's make it, and let's share it. People would love to see it, including myself. And as always, if you're watching this on YouTube, you know the drill. You know what to do. Hit like, subscribe, comment, all that sort of stuff. Phenexian, thank you very much again. I really appreciate it. And to everybody else, make sure you love the people that you love and tell them that you love them as often as you can. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.
Bye.